Hey guys, I just took a break from editing again. I took the time to watch the new episode of King of the Nerds, and honestly, this one was not that bad. It really felt like they were actually doing competitions that seemed like sort of nerd fantasies. They finally got into stuff like RC cars and RC helicopters, this was this week's competition. Was they had to pilot RC helicopters through an obstacle course. It reminded me a lot of that episode, not that episode, that show. I wish I could remember the fucking name. It was a Japanese show about the obstacle courses, like they have to go through on a pogo stick or a unicycle, or one of them was they had to get a helicopter through there. This is a name, it's some Japanese name, and I know somebody's gonna post it in the comments. I probably should have looked it up before I did this vlog, but whatever. I'll look it up and put an annotation below. And I remember I used to watch that on G4, which, as I was thinking, probably would have been... I don't know if that would have been a better channel for this show, because, I mean, G4 knows a bit more about geek culture, but they do kind of seem still kind of pandering to that audience, which, I don't know. But honestly, this episode was not that bad. It seemed like they were getting into a lot of the geeky stuff that they would be interested in. So they had them pilot these helicopters through. They had them pilot these helicopters through the obstacle course as the other team shot Nerf guns at them. I mean, that is exactly what geeks would do if they got together, right? And you fly around helicopters and have somebody shoot them with Nerf. That's something geeks would do together. Honestly. There was a lot of what the fuck moments in this. I mean, one of them, she's talking to the one guy about trying to. The one girl is having trouble piloting her helicopter, and then one of the other girls said, "Well, she's a PC gamer, not a console gamer." It's like, you're not a gamer either way. What the hell do you know? Yeah, this vlog is not going to be too long because I've got to get back to work, and I'm a bit distracted right now because I have I'm trying to fight off an ear infection, so I've been rinsing that out, and I still have water in there right now, and it's not coming out. I rinsed it out like 10 times, and it's not coming out. So I want to get back into this stuff before I do anything, but really no major complaints about this episode. Virgil is Satan, or at least being told to act that way by the producers. He even got in his evil genius laugh, which he finished up with the pinky, so I know they must have been playing that up. Just like they were playing up Brendan's technobabble, who they must have told him to use as many big words as possible when explaining stuff, because he, at the end of the helicopter competition, the orange team finally ended up losing, so they're the first ones that have to go into the nerd off, and they ended up sending Brendan and who did they send? Brendan and Danielle, the gamer chick, who is a gamer chick because she constantly said, "I'm the pro gamer." She said that like 3 times in this episode. But the nerd off was actually pretty damn cool. They told him to train by giving them a couple of RC cars and little rubber balls. Then the actual competition, they had golf carts and giant rubber balls that to push into soccer goals. I thought, okay, that is pretty damn cool. I would want to try that. So that's what I mean when this episode was actually not that bad. They seem to be getting into the kind of fantasies that nerds would want to play out. Flying around with helicopters, shooting them with Nerf guns, and then driving around full-size remote-controlled vehicles. Yeah, that's pretty badass. But unfortunately, Brandon ended up losing. And as he explained it, because they were trying to get him to do as much technobabble as possible, he said things like, "The controls are quite sensitive from a magnitude standpoint." Fuck you. Why don't you just say it's hard to steer? So yeah, this was, like I said, this episode was actually pretty damn good. If they're more like this, I probably won't hate the show as much. I'm probably going to keep watching it, but once I get back to work with all this. So, sorry the episode wasn't too long, the vlog wasn't very long, but there was really not much to complain about in this one. Maybe in the next episode we'll see something, but Brandon left. He was the guy who looked like Rue. Oh well. So we'll see what happens in the next one. Everybody take care. Back to work for me. Bye bye.